Think the key element in a fat to fit transformation is?
One shot, now the future is yours. Go!
My fitness family, Brent Kasmer here. What do you think the key element is in a fat to fit transformation? If I were to tell you that it was eating 5 balanced meals and working out every day and following a strategic plan, what would you think? No, that's not it. If I told you it was a certain product that you had to take every day and it'll happen guaranteed. Or if I told you it was a certain product you had to use every day for 3 minutes or 5 minutes, what would you think? It's too good to be true, right? That's why all of these things out there sell and make money, because everyone wants a quick fix. Don't click off my channel because you know that's what you wanted. Yes, guess what? Motivation to stay after it. But I have the motivation to stay after it. I know. That's what gets you started. And you start a plan, and you start taking action, and you start exercising. This is what happens day in and day out when clients come in to see me, okay? No, I'm not pitching you personal training or coaching. I'm just talking with you right now. I'm just trying to be real with you because I see this on a daily basis, and I want you to take this one nugget that I'm about to open for you and peel away the layers and give you, so that way you have success the rest of your life. So when you think of a fat to fit transformation, at the end of the day, like when people come in and they're like, oh man, I need to click off of this because I'm not fat. People, when they come to see me, they're disappointed in themselves. They're not happy where they're at this current time. You could be fat, people put a word to this. You could be just not satisfied with your body and where it's at. But at the end of the day, why do you have the courage and the motivation and the determination to get in and start something and get to a point where you actually are satisfied, but at the end of the day, you end up back to where you're at now or back to where you were before? And it's a slippery slope. And this is what happens to 90% of the people that I see out there after talking to them. Mental battles are real. And at the end of the day, it causes anxiety, depression, anxiousness, the fear of failing, not accomplishing your goal, or even when you start something, knowing in the end you're going to end up reverting back to these old habits anyway. So this mental battle that goes on, and like I said, I know that I'm speaking in this video about fat to fit, back to fat, back to fit, and hopefully staying fit forever. It's this path that I see go on a yearly basis as I get new clients that I'm starting to work with, and I help them go through the motions that they're supposed to go through, which everyone knows. I need to work out, I need to eat healthy, I need to, continue down this path for a consistent period of time to get results. And you have the ability to stay motivated for a period of time, and vacations happen. Somebody gets sick, something happens, too many holidays, parties in a row, and before you know it, why go back down that path again of getting back in shape. And I see this all the time, because it's not like when somebody's in this condition, they're really like, man, I'm just addicted to working out and I can't stop working out and eating healthy, or else they wouldn't be in the problem that they're at to begin with. Key to a successful fat to fit transformation, to a successful fat to fit journey, But guess what? It doesn't end there. It's a lifetime. And if I can unlock this key for you, are you willing to stay with me in this video to listen and take the nuggets out of it because you want it for more than a 6-week, 12-week, 12-month time frame? Because you have been there for that duration and fell back into some old patterns. Well, let me tell you right now, my name is Brent Kasmer, and I have been working with individuals for 20 plus years, seeing the struggle, experiencing the struggle with them, and overcoming my own obstacles along the way. You were never fat. You never had to go through a body metamorphosis. You never had to go through a body transformation. Yes and no. Yes, I was never fat. No, I always am going through body transformation. But my main obstacle is I was born with a disease called Stargardt's disease. And at the age of 8, I was blind. So therefore, learning how to adapt and be successful in society and learn how to do school and learn how to do sports in a different way than most people are even thinking is possible. I've taken my own obstacles and my own abilities from overcoming that obstacle, and now I pour the information that I've learned through it into you. Man, what's up? You're never fat. How do you understand what it's like to be fat to fit to fat again and want to be fit again? So here's my story. I had to overcome my own obstacles. I was born with Stargardt's disease, which is a form of macular degeneration. So I knew my maculas were going to be gone, which is your central vision. So I've been blind since the age of 8 and had to learn how to adapt in a very visual world, and it is very humbling. So overcoming obstacles is really what this is about. It's the mental blocks that we put on ourselves as we're going through something, because one, no, we're not the only one, and two, there were many people that have gone through what we've gone through, wherever you're at and whatever you're trying to get through, that have gotten to the finish line and looked the way they wanted to look and stayed looking that way, or had been successful being a blind man or being a blind woman. There are people that have paved this path that we can actually always turn back our eyes to, no pun intended, and follow them and listen to like how they did it. So guess what? So can you. It's motivation. Motivation is a big factor. And when you have highs, you're fantastic. When you have lows, you totally demolish all of your positive, not only forthcomings, but destroy on all your character and everything that you've built up and all the wins that you've had. So many key elements to the end game here, right? And you guys are not idiots. You know what most of them are. You probably even know the one key element is, but sometimes you just need it unlocked again. You know you gotta work out. You know you gotta eat right. You know you gotta get your macros in. You know you gotta have a certain calorie intake to make your body run, work, operate, function at a high level. All right? You guys all know these things. I'm not talking about these things. These are the things that you guys know, and this is why you had success in the past, because you did these things, right? You got action, which is a key factor. I mean, obviously taking action, that's why you had success. Not frustrated right now, but you want to make sure that you do not slide back down this path of where you know you could go. So it's okay. I don't want you to either. That's why I want to make sure that you're running full steam ahead towards the finish line. And guess what? The finish line moves. Oh my God, is that disheartening? It's like pulling the rug out from under people's feet, right? You know, holy crap, what do you mean the finish line moves? Well, I mean, if the finish line is your life, you don't want to get to that finish line until the time is right, obviously. So staying motivated your whole life, like how are you going to do this? Is it even possible? Like there's no way I might as well just give up right now, right? I mean, imagine if I gave up on life because they told me I was going to be blind the rest of my life. Then you would be watching this video right now going, damn, we all have our own obstacles. We all have the same race. We all have the same time. So therefore, what separates the people that have success in whatever it is, whether it's weight loss, whether it's business, whether it's their family, it's about the key element, but it's also the key element in all of these things. And you know what that key element is? It's accountability. Accountability is a key element that holds the entire puzzle together to the finish line. It's accountability and how I get some. You know what that is? So it's however you decide to make it, whatever you feel the most pull to keep you accountable. Whether it's a daily, weekly, monthly accountability group, partner, it's that coach, it's the mentor, it's someone that you have to be indebted to, because at the end of the day, what is going to keep you accountable to them? That's what I have found one of the biggest factors to getting people not only to where they're at, through all of the other things that kind of do set up as roadblocks along the way. And you know what those are, right? Because you've experienced them. Whether it's holidays, parties, too many things in a row that stack up, that all of a sudden knock you off that path of success that you were having before. So, you know, it could be, there's tons of stuff. I've seen so much. But guess what, Brent? Accountability people are expensive. When you want to hire a mentor or a coach or a trainer, or it's going to cost me. Opposed to what? Waiting 5 more years? 6, 7, 8 more years? And then you finding value in it? Because you understand then how many times you've gone from point A to point B, back to point A, back to point B, back to point A, back to point B. And you're like, geez, man, and you know what's really funny is when you're on the other end of the spectrum and you see value in certain things, in knowledge, in mentorship, and then $200 seems like nothing, and then $500, and I'm usually saying a month, and $700, and $1,200, and $2,000, and I'm just telling you my path, not how much I charge, so quit puckering up. I'm talking about how much I've paid for coaches. Same thing, starting on a $70 program, you're like, oh, you know, I want to learn this. Starting on a $200 program, oh, I really want to learn this. Then go into a $499 program, and I'm like, yeah, that's some good stuff. And then a 6-month program costed me $10,000. And then a 6-month program costed me $20,000. It's just like anything, you start to be like, damn, like you learned a lot from this. Then you learned a lot from this. Then you want to know more because you're like, holy crap, like, I didn't even know this is all out there. But why, Brent? Why do you keep pouring money into yourself? What? Did you hear those words? Really? How silly does it sound? What did I just say? Repeat it. I didn't stutter. I might not be able to see you and your reaction, but I can imagine what it is. Because you start to find value in yourself, and your value is here. So the value shifts of what you want and what you desire and how you want to grow. So at the end of the day, nobody knows you like you, right? You've lived with yourself for as long as you've been living. You know, if you sit down and you create a journal or a log of when you were where you wanted to be, what it took to get to that point, when you wanted to be something else after losing it somewhere, and you're like, man, I really wish I could either A, look like that, feel like that, have made money like that, lived like that, whatever it might have been. So you have a point where either you remember in the past or you have a vision of what you want. You're going to start to really think about these things and take the moments that you're going to need to put all the obstacles out there.